Tell brothers and sisters, as always, giving honor to the Creator, giving honor to the ancestors, as well as my sister, father-in-laws, and family, and friends, and followers, and supporters, and subscribers of my channel. I went to a homegoing service today for one of my comrades, and as it appears, it's another fentanyl overdose that this cracker has put out there in the black community for us, for those who indulge in the opiate world. It's designed to take you out, designed to take you out damn near instantly, and it's been wiping the black community out at a rapid rate. But now that it has flowed over into suburbia, white suburbia America, it becomes an epidemic now. However, even when they say it's an epidemic, they're only going to combat and treat whites. So people of color will never get treated. Never has been and never will be. So I want to say farewell to one of my comrades, brother, Robert Lee Rogers Jr. May he rest in power, that his legacy continues to live on through the hearts and souls and minds of his family and his comrades. As well as my condolences go out to the family, Brother Raymond, his sisters, and the remaining family members. May he rest in power. Now, what I want to discuss as the main topic is the tragic death of the rapper, Floridian rapper, Triple X. I forgot, what is it? Xxtencion, who was tragically gunned down over the weekend and made the ascension on Monday, June the 18th, which was very, very tragic. We know him as Xxxtencion, but his name is Joseph Dwayne Ofre.
And an applied
20 years old.
University will get me there.
And he was robbed while he was motorcycle shopping, and
my next big move.
it's just unfortunate and tragic. And some of the things that took place surrounding this brother's death really baffled me and kind of pissed me off. And that was when people were filming him while he was deceased, fighting for his life. Everybody had their cell phones on, standing around filming him, thinking they're going to get some type of cash in from filming this brother while he's fighting for his life in the process of his ascension. Which I think is some fucked up, foul, nasty ass shit. And my question to the people that were filming him: how many of you dialed 911? How many of you out there that were certified to perform CPR and first aid that did not make an effort to revive this brother? How many people made an attempt to save this brother's life? And I'm talking about those who had their phone cameras out and their iPads standing around looking over him, filming this brother, clenching for life. And I think it's real fucked up. However, this brother was more conscious, music conscious, and more of a historian and versatile in his music than you may think, because rapping is not his only genre. Some of his favorite musicians and musicians were Tupac, along with Lenny Kravitz, the Gorillaz, a lot of rock bands, a lot of punk bands. And he had the combination of those things in terms of his upcoming music. Very versatile. Some people saw him as being sort of weird, but that wasn't being weird. Just because he wouldn't just rap and just have a gangster beat all the time. And that's what made this brother's career appear to be soaring. Because when he got out of jail, his favorite, the song the hit that got him on the map was "Look at Me." He did a little stint in detention for, I believe it was spousal abuse or domestic violence on his pregnant girlfriend or whatever. However, I always tell you all that people have issues prior to getting money. Once they get that money, it's all over. It just intensifies any negative or positive behaviors that you may have if they haven't been addressed and dealt with. And it's sad and tragic to see a young brother die so savagely. And it is said that it's a little punk that's going around bragging and talking about how he murked this brother and took this brother's life and bragging about it. And I got a message for you and whoever's with you that co-signs that fucking behavior, anything that comes out your mouth. You are a sick motherfucking punk. And whatever comes down the pipe for your ass in the future needs to come. And I've heard your ass is not in custody, but you're going around talking about it and bragging about it. And see, that shows you how much law enforcement, the effort that they put towards a black person being murdered. If he was white, it would be on every channel, every half hour. They would play and show all his baby pictures, junior high, senior high, graduation pictures, all around the clock until someone was in custody to take the charge for Cracker's murder. And so I get sick of you all saying that white supremacy doesn't exist when it is clearly in your face. White supremacy exists all day long. And so the niggas who talk that shit are those who came up rough, and now that they've got a piece of the motherfucking pie, no longer is racism an issue for them. That's the shit that burns me up with you motherfucking bojangling ass, buck dancing, shoe licking motherfucking, boot licking ass fucking coons. You come up struggling, and then you holler racism. You down for the cause and down up with revolution and all this. And then once you get paid, now none of this doesn't exist. You begin to speak up and be an advocate for white supremacy by defending white supremacy. Because you are defending it when you say that racism doesn't exist and everything is okay and that we have made progress. The same as with Jesse Jackson. He's famous for saying that bullshit. Put the guns down and all of this shit, but yet you weren't advocating that because you stood next to King when he got shot in the goddamn neck. You didn't advocate for shit then. But now that your white brethren and your cracker ass constituents, their sons and daughters are getting murked. Now you want gun control. You're asking the wrong people to control the weapons. And so I just wanted to share that with you all in hopes that this brother, Xxxtencion, may he rest in power. And may his legacy, his short-lived legacy, have some longevity to it. And that he's not forgotten. Just like the millions of other black men and women who leave here and have untimely deaths based on jealousy, hatred, envy. Because this is what this brother lost his life for. They made it appear to be a robbery, but it was jealousy and envy and hatred for the brother being blessed with the gift of rapping, with the gift of being a musician. And so by you not looking and making a connection with the Creator so you can find out what your gift is, because we all have at least one. You don't take the time to find yours and then you sabotage someone else's. This is what kills me with some of you niggas. Then when you go to the penitentiary, now you find your gift. See, I can understand when, brothers, when they out here and they make mistakes and they go in and they make the 360 turn in their lives, and they begin to stand on a positive square and a positive foundation. But when you take someone's life, it's just a little different if it's not self-defense and you're just doing it because you're a hater. I'm not buying that. But for those of us, including myself, who have went in for various charges, robberies or whatever, drug distribution, and things of that nature, that make and come to an understanding that that we were serving and supporting white supremacy by distributing poison in the black community, not robbing white establishments. And then when you begin to understand that, but when you taking somebody's life just because, they're putting in a lot of work to try to have a better life for themselves, that's some cold punk ass, faggot ass, bitch made shit. And you need to be dealt with. So, we ask that the brother rest in power and that we all support him, because there's too many of our babies that are heading towards the cemetery as we speak. Some are going to die tonight. Some are going to lose their lives tonight. Some of our babies will go away from here by either black on black violence, police terrorism, domestic violence, or drug overdose, or being beat to death. Every night, hundreds of our black males each week lose their lives behind these particular things that I just mentioned. And it's a sad goddamn situation of the mindset that some of us have. When we don't want to see anybody that looks like us with anything, but you let your enemy hold stores and put stores in your community. Teach your children, miseducate your children in school. Telling them that they don't have a history. teaching them that European, African history is European history. You know, police coming through the neighborhood, slamming our brothers and sisters on the ground, embarrassing them, treating them like fucking animals. Going to court, getting over sentence, having a public pretender. That's right, he's a public pretender. He pretends that he's with you, but he's a public defender. He defends the public. He doesn't defend you. And then you talk about my lawyer. And then you get over sentenced. Go into the system, waste years out of your life. Doing what? So, you know, these things have to cease, brothers and sisters. And I'm just letting some stuff out. I'm just dropping some jewels on our brothers and sisters because, you know, I'm tired of going to these funerals. I'm tired of holding caskets. I'm tired of speaking at comrades and family funerals. You know, I'm really have reached my saturation point with it, being involved in these homegoing services. Because, you know, I'm tired of just seeing brothers and sisters laying in these boxes, laying in these boxes, laying in these boxes. Another comrade of mine, next week, his homegoing service. You know, he was 30-something years old. So, you know, we gotta make some progress, brothers and sisters. And I'm gonna show you some things that some of you sisters gonna be upset, but I really don't give a fuck. I'm gonna put it out there, and this is something that needs immediate change, effective immediately. And what I'm talking about you sisters that, young and old, that are overweight and obese, and you wear these clothes that are so small a child can fit them. You know, wearing this teenage stuff when you're 30, 40, 50, and some of you are 60 years old. And it doesn't look cute. You know, it's disgusting, it's embarrassing. Not only to certain people, but the community. Not just to the family, to the entire black community. You know, it's a sign clearly of low self-esteem that I have given up. I don't give a fuck. You know, to wear that type, to wear these types of, you know, it's sad. You know, you know, to look like that. You know, red hair. You know, look at this shit. Look at this shit. What the fuck are you trying to prove? Who in the fuck are you trying to be? You know, with the red hair like My Little Pony, but you look like My Big Elephant. This is the type of shit that gets us fucked up. That fucks the black community up. Crackers riding through, laughing at you. You know, you know, even the rapists run from you. Look at this shit. You know, this type of shit is it appears that this is a fucking mental health crisis right here. You know, how could you, you know, and my thing is, how could you have sat around for such a long period of time Cause you know, you can tell by all these goddamn car dents in her fucking butt that she's just been sitting on her ass eating and eating and eating and eating and eating and eating. You know, and the average toilet she can't get on. You know, she has to get use a outhouse sized toilet because the average house toilet, average house stool, she will crunch the motherfucker, break that motherfucker in pieces when she sit on it. You know, or she'll end up shitting or pissing all on the damn back part, on the backrest of the fucking toilet. And it's a damn shame. And then you got on these goddamn shorts. No bra on. You know, but the fucked up part about this shit is that some nigga, that's not a white woman, that's a sister. Some nigga will holler at her and will not encourage her to change. Will not encourage her to go on any tide and just lay up there and jump up and down on her. You know, it's somebody that fucking sick out here. You know, walking around, going in public, you know, with this type of shit on. You know, and for real. And not to be funny, but to get on the elevator with somebody like that, that's a goddamn health hazard. Because what if the elevator breaks down, you're stuck on the elevator, and she just ate a whole box of cereal? You know. You know, but like I was saying, what if you're on the elevator stuck with her, and she just ate a whole box of cereal and milk, and she has gas, and she has to use the bathroom, and you're stuck on the elevator for a couple of hours, you and about 8 other people and her. That's a motherfucking health hazard. You know, and just to disgrace yourself looking like that. You know, being out in public like that. That shit is not cute. It is not sexy. It is not provocative. It's none of that. It's none of that. You know, it's a headache. It's nauseating being in public when you in the supermarkets or, you know, inside the malls and everything, and someone like this is in front of you in line. And a lot of times they have children. The children are very, very hygienically dysfunctional. Hair not combed, lint in their hair. They need a good haircut. The boys, they're out of control. They act like they've never been anywhere. You know, and a lot of times I've seen it, and the girls, the daughters, are looking around to see how many people, what the expressions on other people in the store have in terms of when they see her mother. Now, don't get me wrong. It's nothing wrong with heavy-set women. Nothing wrong with the big and beautiful. Believe me, nothing wrong with the big and beautiful. But make yourself beautiful. Because the sexy, provocative, you know, dressing up, you know, like a video dancer, that you cannot do that no more. You know, and most of you, you know, Jenny Craig or no motherfucking body else can help you at this point but yourself. And what you would literally have to do is starve yourself to live. Because the heart cannot take that much fat and gristle around the heart before, because the heart is in overtime, because it has to pump so much blood through all of that meat. And that's why a lot of heavy people have heart attacks, because their hearts can't take it. It's too much work. You know, this is not what's up. This is not what's up. And so, sisters, you know, and I realize there's a shortage of heterosexual brothers out here. And you're willing to do anything just to capture a heterosexual male. That's exactly where we're at right now. But at the same time, sisters, put something, cover yourself up. Let your beauty speak through your voice. Let your elegance speak through your heart and your actions. Let that be someone's leave that up to the imagination of the brother. What's under your garment. But don't come out like that. Don't come out like that. You know, a lot of times I've seen, you know, women, you know, and then a lot of times your toes, you got hammer toes, your toes are cracked up and crunchy.
That owners can relate to.
But if you're gonna, I had to take a break, brothers and sisters. But if you're gonna put something on, you know, wear something like this to cover yourself up. You know, look much more presentable than to just have, you know, hot pants and, you know, all this hoochie mama bullshit on that you know you can't wear. Excuse me. And that leads me to think that you have a mental illness when you are in public like that. You know. And a lot of you are big and beautiful. I call you the big and beautiful. A lot of y'all have class. A lot of you keep yourselves well manicured. You know, you keep your hygiene up because you know the more that you weigh, the more body fat, the more soap that you need. The longer you have to stay in the shower. You know, and you take care of yourself very well. You know, but some of you, you know, you have, you know, your toes are fucked up from wearing other people's shoes. You know, corns everywhere. Your big toe and little toe nails look like boogers. They look like boogers. Green, crunchy boogers, you know, and which comes from fungus. You know, toe fungus that went untreated. And you know, and so you always gotta keep those painted. You know, and you can go to the doctor and get those removed, and you know, because a woman with terrible feet is very, very nasty, very nasty looking, very nasty looking. You know, no one has control over how their hands and feet or whatever going to turn out, but you do have control over the hygiene and maintenance and cosmetic surgery of dealing with them. So let's not use a whole bunch of excuses. And look at this motherfucking spook. You know, with this big white motherfucking elephant, this goddamn Tyrannosaurus, big white cave bitch. You know. And let me tell you, these are the only white bitches that will fuck with niggas. The only ones, the big trailer park, nasty, Percocet eating, jelly sandwich and syrup sandwich eating, barefoot in the trailer park, dumping the shit bucket, ass crackers. Them inbred motherfuckers. They're very, very pale, they stink. You know, all they do is sit on the steps of the trailers and drink beer, you know, and Jack Daniels and talk shit all day and wait on the motherfucking relief checks and welfare checks to come. And so here's this black piece of shit, you know, and she calls herself having a real good man because he is that goddamn sick and dumb to sit up there and fuck with something like that. And see, that's why the black man is so fucked up. With this monkey ass shit some of us do. Some black men do some monkey ass, buck dancing ass shit, man. You know, and this should be the last bitch you would want to fuck with as far as being someone big. I'm just saying big for her because she's not beautiful at all. But this is the shit that took place in slavery. Don't you realize that your great grandfather was forced to lay down with something like that, slave masters' daughters who were big like that. And anything that they wanted, you had to provide. Whether going down on their big, fishy, stinky, shitty asses whenever they wanted to, or else you were getting whipped and possibly lynched. Because they didn't want you fucking with her. But nobody else, no other white men would fuck with her. So they got one of the slaves to fuck her. And then when the baby, when the fat white bitch got pregnant, what they did was kill the baby. They would just take the infant baby after it's born, cut the umbilical cord, rinse the baby off, give the baby a name, and run with the baby and just throw the baby into the goddamn river and watch and listen to that baby drown. And then you want to fuck with one of these motherfuckers. We got to do much better than what we doing, brothers and sisters. Much better. You know, I want to hear your thoughts and comments on what you think. Was this appropriate enough to in terms of having a message, getting the message across to those who are trying to relive their teenage years, you know, 20, 30, 40 years later, and 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 pounds later? You know, you have the same weight of a small Volkswagen, but yet you want to dress like Beyonce and Destiny's Child and all this bullshit. You 60, 61 years old, 51 years old, 41. And it's really not the age, it's the condition that you are in. You can imagine a woman that's 61, 62 years old, that's been in the streets, that's been in the drug game and all that, been about that life. And look at them now. Most of them are all beat up. Most of them have some serious illnesses. Hygienically, they fucked up. And, you know, the feet and hands are all banged up. No one says anything. But let me tell you, if I'm out there from this point on and I see a lot of you big sisters, if you're not carrying yourself like you big and beautiful, you're going to get called out on it by me. It's just that simple. Once again, I hope you got something out of the video. I'll be coming back to y'all with something else. I'm going to do some more. I'm going to talk about some more of that FEMA camp and the Rex 84 and the King Alfred plan. We're gonna break all that down. We're gonna bust all that shit open. Until we meet again, brothers and sisters. Hotep, Black Power.